Hello 2G. We are going to go over the lesson 1 expected work pages for week 6. If you have not done them, then we can do them together. If you have done them, it can just be a review for what you have already done. This week, what you're working on is skip counting by 4s. Last week we did skip counting by 3s. This week we're doing skip counting by 4s. So I have no doubt you will do awesome. Let's take a look at the learn. It says you can skip count by 4s to find how many there are. Here it says 4 clothespins are in one group. Well, I know there's 4 in one group. So if I have, like our friend over here saying 2 groups of 4 clothespins, I know that my multiplication is going to be 2 times 4. And I can skip count by 4s to figure that out. 4, 8. I can count 4 and then 4 more. And I know that is 8. So now they want to know how many clothespins are in 10 groups. And remember, we had 4 in each group. So here they have a picture where they're going to skip count by 4s for us. And our friend down here is also saying she counts by 4s. So let's look at that. They start at 0. And then we go 0, 4, 8, 12. Whoa, we got a straight line. Let's start that again. 0, 4, 8, 12, 16. We jump from 16 to 20, 24, 28, 32. Now we're at 36, 40. So if I skip count by 4s 10 times, I get to 40. Down here she did it too. She did 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. And notice in the picture above, you can count every single number and you will still get to 40. It's just showing you how you can skip count by 4 and the numbers that come in between. So I know, what would my multiplication fact be if I have 10 groups and 4 in each group? It would be 10 times 4. And we just skip counted by 4s 10 times and got to 40. So we know there are 40 clothespins in 10 groups. Remember, you can do this on your fingers too. You can skip count up to 10 fingers by 4s and you will land on 40. Remember, we've also talked about when I'm multiplying something by 10, 10 times 4, I know if I take that 4 and I add that 0 from my 10 to it, I get 42. Same thing like we did when we were skip counting by 3s. 10 times 3. If I take that 3 and I add that 0 behind it, I get 30. But it's important that you are able to still skip count by 4s because we're not going to be multiplying by 10s every time. It might be by 1 or 3 or 4 or 5. You need to be able to skip count by 4s. All right, nice work. Let's keep going. Here we are at the let's practice. Let's take a look at number 1. It says 3 groups of 4 equals blank times 4. Well, I know if I have 3 groups and 4 in each group, my multiplication is going to be 3 times 4. If I want to figure out what is 3 times 4, I can skip count by 4s 3 times, which I know would be 4, 8, 12. Do you agree? Awesome. Take a look at number 2. Number 2 says 5 groups of 4. What is that multiplication fact going to be? That's right. If I have 5 groups and 4 in each group, that's 5 times 4, which means I'm skip counting by 4 5 times. So think about if you're using your fingers. I'm going to do a little hand here. Right. And we do it 5 times. We would have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. 5 times 4 is 20. Nice job. Now take a look at number 3. Now we have 6 groups of 4. I know if I have 6 groups and 4 in each group, I'm doing 6 times 4. Before we knew 5 times 4 is 20, so if I'm doing 6 times 4, I know I just need to add 4 more to that 20, right? So 20 plus 4 is 24. So if I skip count by 4 6 times, I'm going to get to 24. Number 4 says 9 groups of 4. Well, what's my multiplication fact going to be then? That's right, 9 times 4, because I have 9 groups with 4 in each group. Let's skip count. We know we have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. I know I'm up to 6 now. Skip counting by 4 6 times. 24, 28, 32, or not 30, 32. Let's see, how many times have we done it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have one more. 32 plus 4, 36. So 9 times 4 is 36. All right, nice job, 2G. Now we're looking at number 5 through 8. It wants us to multiply by 4 to find the missing numbers. So notice all of these numbers are being multiplied by 4. So we can skip count by 4s to find all of those answers. Why don't you go ahead, you can pause the video right now if you haven't done this yet, and you can try those on your own. And then when you're ready, you can unpause and see if our answers match. Well, I know number 5, I know 2 times 4 is just skip counting by 4 twice. So that's the same thing as saying 4 plus 4. And I know 4 plus 4 is 8. Doubles fact. Number 6, 4 times 4. Well, I can skip count by 4 times. I'm going to erase this work over here so I can have room for my other work. Let's do that 4 times. 4, 8, 12, 16. 4 times 4 is 16. 7 times 4. All right. Well, we did it 4 times over here, so we know that if I skip count by 4s 4 times, I'm going to get to 16. So let's keep going. 16, 20. So 4 times 5 is 20. 24. 4 times 6 is 24. And 28. So 4 times 7 is 28. Or 7 times 4 is 28. Right? Because I can say 4 times 7 is the same thing as saying 7 times 4. Those are related multiplication facts. They're going to get us the same answer. All right, and lastly, we have 8 times 4, which we know is just one more group of 4 than 7 times 4. So 28 plus 4 is 32. All right, good work, guys. Let's keep going. Now we're coming down to this example. It's telling us there are 7 marbles. Or I'm sorry, there are 7 bags. 4 marbles are in each bag. So I have 7 groups with 4 marbles in each group. How many marbles are there in all? Well, she's over here reminding us. 7 groups of 4 marbles. My multiplication fact is going to be 7 times 4. And I'm looking for my answer. She's saying I count by 4s. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. She did it 7 times. She also has a picture shown to us, just like we talked about earlier by skip counting on our fingers. I know I can skip count on my fingers 7 times, 7 hops, right? We can do 1 hop, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and our 7th hop is going to land us on 28, because I know I can skip count by fours. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. All right, let's take a look at our guided learning. It says, use skip counting to find the missing numbers. Number 9 says, 3 frogs are playing in a pond. Each frog has 4 legs. How many legs do the frogs have in all? Let's take a look at what our friend over here is reminding us. She said 3 groups of 4 legs. I count in 4s. So she skipped counting by 4s 3 times. She already did the first one. 4, 8, 12. Let's think about it. Down here, it wants us to fill in our multiplication fact. Well, I know there's 3 frogs, and each frog has 4 legs. So I have 3 frogs and 4 legs per frog. So 3 times 4 equals 12, because I can skip count by 4s 3 times. 4, 8, 12. The frogs have 12 legs in all. All right, let's take a look at number 10. It says the Jones family has 5 rabbits. Each rabbit has 4 carrots. How many carrots do the rabbits have in all? Well, I know that's the same thing as saying a certain number of groups and a certain number in each group. So if the Jones family has 5 rabbits, let's say that's 5 groups. And each rabbit has 4 carrots, meaning there's 4 in each group. So now I have 5 times 4. Well, let's skip count by 4s 5 times to see what our answer would be, because we want to know how many carrots do the rabbits have in all. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. 20 carrots in all, because we skip counted by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We skip counted by 4 5 times, and that gets us to 20. And that wraps up our lesson 1 for week 6, expected work pages. I hope this was helpful and that everyone did an awesome job skip counting by 4s. I just know you did, and